Welcome to another episode of Get Lost, everybody. Me and your host, Charlie Clark.
And the other one, Charlie Gingell. Welcome to Get Lost.
Get Lost on air.
I actually feel like a bit of a DJ now. No, I feel like a little radio DJ, like I'm on Radio 1.
You can start performing in restaurants in Manchester. All the Manchester restaurants have like in-house DJs. It's weird, bro. I'm there trying to eat Mexican and someone's just slamming drum and bass in the background. It's crazy.
There's a shoe shop in Australia that do that. The platypus shops that have like an actual DJ in there going while you're trying to buy your Converse. It's fucking weird. Great vibe though.
What job, mate? What job?
I know. Oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a DJ. And people expect you to be in high-end clubs in London, but you're in the shoe shop in Sydney.
Vibing customers up to buy the brand new Adidas.
It's weird, but they sell all sorts in there. They sell the fucking sandals, so you're really hyping up the dads to buy their
That's probably not their target audience. You know what I mean? Like, dads aren't really into techno, if I know anything about dads.
Well, then they shouldn't be playing it because they sell some sandals. Or they shouldn't sell sandals.
Yeah, they should change it to just Bruce Springsteen on repeat. That's what dad's loving it.
Guns N' Roses.
There's something I need to say at the start of this podcast after the last one. I made a joke about aubergines and I said RSPCA and I actually meant YMCA. Big difference. For anyone who didn't hear, I can't really tell the joke out loud. It kind of works better. Watch back on the joke if you want to see what it is. It's not as funny when you tell it.
It was so funny because I had no idea what you were saying. I thought you actually meant RSPCA.
So mental. That's so mental.
I was like, God, that was a bit of a rogue joke, but I found it hilarious. So there we are.
It was too dark. Like that crossed, like the joke I was telling initially with the YMCA, like that didn't cross the line, but it was close. Yeah. But RSPCA crossed the line. Like, well, you can't be saying stuff.
I thought you were supposed to say, I thought you meant NSPCC, which would have been even worse. That would have been even worse.
Jesus Christ.
Well, there you are. It was still fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I just need to cover my own ass. I think that's the truth of it.
When I listened back, I actually I cracked up for about 10 minutes just for that one bit. And I knew it was coming.
Oh my god. But it's quite easily to get shit online because you don't realize when you say stuff online that it's like permanent because it goes against the natural talking flow of how people talk. Like when you talk to people, you kind of expect it to be not entirely confidential but relatively confidential.
True. Yeah. But now we're recording it and it's just going to be online forever. It's quite scary, actually, you know?
Yeah. Everything you said has been recorded and can be played back out of context to harm you. So it's something like you do need to bear in mind when doing this kind of shit.
True, but then if you just don't care, then can you really get cancelled?
Yes, you can. You can lose all your audience.
To be fair, losing our audience will lose 20 people.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but can you imagine, like, the podcast starts to grow and then 10 years time, people start, like, citing a reference where I talked about the RSPCA in a way that was quite nefarious.
Yeah.
Not ideal. You know what I mean? Like even for, like, Tim Dillon or someone like that would be a step too far, I think.
Do you reckon? I don't know. I feel like anyone can joke about anything. Like Harry from Sidemen, he would have joked about that.
Possibly, to be fair. I think like you can't make racist jokes. I think that's where the line ends.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Like truly. I think paedophile jokes are a bit on the edge.
Paedophile jokes just are funny.
I do neither disagree or agree with that
I
statement.
saw someone complaining the other day on Twitter about people calling their mates paedophiles and finding it funny, and they were like, it's just not funny to call your friend a paedophile.
Oh, that's funny.
was like,
That's
it
funny.
absolutely
like,
is
that's like
funny.
unrelentlessly funny. Like, he's your friend. Of course that's funny.
It's always going to be funny to call yourself to call your mate a pedo.
It's a good bonding experience. Is what people don't understand. Like,
Exactly.
Obviously, like pedophiles aren't funny by nature. You know what I mean?
No,
Like they're quite fucked.
they are. Yeah,
like,
yeah. Unless it's a comedian.
Calling your mate
paedophile.
something atrocious. Yeah. Like call it. Sorry.
Unless it's a comedian
again.
paedophile, and then they're funny.
That's the thing, bro. What if you found out like Bill Burr was a pedo? Like, would he like? It's still funny. You know what I mean? Like, he's obviously a really bad man, but he's funny.
Exactly. You're sort of conflicted then, aren't you?
Bit of an issue. It's like R. Kelly, isn't it?
And J.K. Rowling. There's a lot of people
Yeah.
that you're just sort of.
I don't know. I've got nothing against J.K. Rowling. Putting it out there now.
No, I mean, I just fucking. A lot of people care too much about things, I think, in my opinion. Have you seen the people on Twitter, right, who post their screenshots of them quitting their job to their managers, right?
Oh no, I haven't.
It seems like the type of person who is just really looking for sort of confirmation that they're a great person, that their manager was shit, and they post this text conversation of their managers like being a complete dick to them, and then them replying to that text, quitting the job and saying how horrible the place is to work and everything, and then everyone replies like, "Oh my god, well done, so difficult to get out of jobs like that, blah blah blah." First of all, it's not difficult to get out of a job like that. Just fucking,
Just go.
you've just shown them how easy it is to get out of that job.
It's unbelievably easy. All you've got to do is not show up, and you've lost the job.
Or just drop a text and you're fine. But like, then some of them are tweeting these screenshots of the manager who hasn't really done much wrong, and it's clearly this person is just like feels really hard done by for just being treated like a normal employee, and a lot of people think that they should be treated with like the utmost respect for doing such a minimum wage job. Like, I'm not being funny, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. I don't. Do these managers get doxed? Like, do you like find out who they are? And,
Well, they sort
Like,
of blur out the
exposed.
name or blur out the number or whatever, but then also at the top of the screen it says where they work. So it's like they'll blur the number, but then the name will still be there, or the company will still be there. So say it's like John from Burger King, they'll just blur out the John bit. So Burger King's getting a bad rap, but it's actually just the manager who's a dickhead.
wait, that's actually brutal.
I feel a bit bad, you know.
There's the thing. I was actually thinking about this not too long ago, and being a manager, right, it could arguably, I don't know, I'd say it is more stressful than being an employee.
Yeah, of course it is. That's why they get paid more.
Like, yeah,
yeah,
you got to deal with all the employees.
exactly. And
So
most
it's like
of them,
everyone hates their manager, but like you don't see it from the manager's point of view. Like, yeah, your job sucks, but their job probably sucks even more. Just because they can tell you what to do doesn't mean that they've got it better.
exactly, like you're the employee, you've only got to deal with one dickhead manager. The manager has to deal with fucking 20 dickhead employees. That's much harder.
Yeah, exactly. And chances are some of them are way bigger dickheads than you are. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly. It's just couldn't do it. You got to respect them. Although there are some, I've got to say, there are some managers who are dickheads.
yes.
But then
you get some arsehole managers, that's for sure. But like, you've got to bear in mind how much stress they're under, and like, obviously, it's not an excuse to be a cunt. But like, I don't know. It's a grey area that we can't just pretend that the employee is always in the right.
exactly, because a lot of employees are going to be dickheads because they don't care about their job that much. The manager is actually there because they want the job. The employee just needs the money.
They're trying to climb the ranks. Otherwise, you're just like, you've got no responsibility. All you've got to do is the bare minimum, and then you can go like whenever you like or whenever suits you. And like, you got to bear in mind, you fucking chose the job. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I feel like now that I'm about to say something that makes us sound like such old men, but we're not. When you get older, you realise that the fucking world doesn't revolve around you.
Yeah, no, it's actually facts. It's actually facts, yeah. Because otherwise, like, if you act as if it does, then people like won't want to associate or be around you.
Exactly. I'm literally starting to
Like,
get to the age where like my brain is changing to like what the generation above us is, where it's like, oh, the youth of today, they're all think the world revolves around them. I've now come into the real world.
This is the real world that everyone's been talking about for fucking ages.
Yeah, and it fucking sucks.
You know what I mean? Like, my whole life I've heard about the real world but never experienced it. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and now we're here and I want to go back.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Would you go back knowing what you know, but you have to keep what you now know? So you're 12 again, but you have all the knowledge you currently have.
Yeah, I'd go back. I'd do it again. I'd invest in fucking Bitcoin straight away.
Okay. No, it doesn't go back in time. You just join the younger generation.
Oh, then no, absolutely not. No. Growing up now would be the worst.
I feel like all these people doing like university degrees through their fucking laptop.
Oh, we were in like the last year where growing up was good. And then maybe like the last 5-year window, the people who started growing up who were like 5 years younger than us had such a worse childhood than we did. I swear down.
Yeah, it looks difficult at the moment because like of how like I mean we were like the tester hamsters for social media. We were the ones that was all trialed on, so we saw some chaos, don't get me wrong. But like now it's integrated into their system and they're better with it, so like you can do a lot more damage and you get a lot more psychologically kind of messed up because it's not just like, oh, we're testing some stuff out, you're going to see some rogue stuff, but it kind of like is a bit, it's a bit of a grey. Now it's like there is a system in there in itself.
That's true.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. No, I see exactly what you mean. We were sort of the last year where like technology sort of came in when we were like hitting teenage years rather than when you're actually a child, which was quite nice, really.
Yeah.
We can.
You get all
we
the
didn't
benefits.
grow up with iPads
and our friends used to knock on our houses when they wanted to see us. Yeah.
I miss that so much. I actually get like nervous to knock on people's houses now.
I used to have that as an Amazon driver. Can you imagine?
Oh god, yeah.
Every house you knock on, you're like, oh god. Like when you're like, because I'm quite an introverted dude. I don't like to spend too much time with people.
Yeah.
So like I don't want to be talking to people all day, which is why I choose generally jobs where I don't have to. I hate working in the service industry. So like working on Amazon and knocking on doors every day, like I don't want to talk to this person. You know what I mean? And if you like that at like restaurants and stuff, it's weird being like an introverted person and doing social jobs because you have to do it, but like you really don't want to do any of it.
Do you know what is weird, right? I was talking to Alex the other day, and he was explaining to me about how he's an introverted person, right?
Yeah.
Where like he'll socialize for like 4 hours with people, and then he'll hit a point where he just shuts down. He's like, right, I need to go home. I need to do my own shit now.
Yeah.
And that's so strange to me. But then what's weirder to me is that he's so good at speaking to people, like speaking to new people, and he comes across really confident and everything like that.
Yeah.
And it's strange to me because he's the sort of guy who's really confident and forward at first, but then he's like actually just wants to go home after a while, where I'm the guy in the corner who's like, I really want to talk to that person. I'm nervous.
And then when you do, you're like a Duracell bunny.
Yeah, and I'm going. And then I get really pissed off when everyone else wants to go home. But like, I'm sitting there like, God, I really want to talk to that person. When like he's there, like, I don't really want to speak to this person, but I'm gonna, and then I'll go home. It's strange.
I can relate to that completely.
Yeah?
I can completely relate to that. Yeah, absolutely. Like I'll be great with the first, like you said, like 4 hours. 4 hours is like a great limit for my kind of social powers.
Yeah.
Unless booze is involved.
Yeah.
If you can push at least a couple more out of it.
That's another thing. He sent me a video about someone to explain it a bit more, who was explaining it, and this person said that's why in my late teens, early 20s, I was like abusing alcohol, because I'd do these social situations and then get to the point where I'm really running out of steam, and then I'd get drunk, and then it would like boost me back up again. Which is sad, really.
Yeah, it makes complete sense. It makes you crash like hell the next day. That's why like hangover days when you're introverted are like, they're like sacred, because you have to make sure that like no one is around. Like if someone is around when you're hungover the next day, it's kind of like, oh, it's just to piss off. Like I've got nothing to keep me going now. You know what I mean? There's nothing left in me to give to you. Like I'm sorry.
God, it's leave me alone. Weird, isn't it? How people are so different.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts how different we are.
Exactly. When I'm hungover, well, to be fair, sometimes I do just want to sit there and watch YouTube videos and like not talk to anyone. But other days I want to be hungover with someone and like just fucking. I find a hangover day with someone else so funny because everything is like 10 times funnier than it should be because you both feel like shit.
Rough, mate. I do not live for hangover days. That's for fucking sure.
Oh no, I'd rather the night before, to be honest. I'm on like a 2-day hangover right now, and it really hurts.
Oh, really? Jesus, brother. And we actually moved the podcast to today so that we wouldn't be hungover.
Halloween weekend's been difficult, guys.
Speaking of which, we've got the alcohol tax changes have just come out, which Rishi Sunak, the whatever the hell his title is, he's the finance guy, as far as I'm concerned. He changed all the tax rates for the alcohol.
Right, is it going up?
Okay, so
because I haven't seen anything.
A lot of it's going down. A lot of this is going down.
Ooh.
So like drafts going, it's like the low percentages are going down, and some of the high percentages are going down, but wine is going up. So like it's not a huge amount down, but when you consider like inflation and things like that, it's quite a lot. So like I think some of the drafts it's like 3 or 5 pence, but over the course of like how many pints you're gonna have, like it adds up.
Yeah.
And it's just easier on the pubs and whatnot, and they can do more deals and that kind of shit. So those are going down. The wines are going up, and then the top ones like the gins and stuff, they could be going down as well. So it's kind of to help the pubs out.
So I don't drink wine.
I don't believe why they do it. Mate, it's the mums that are getting screwed. That's
it is.
That's what's
it's
going on.
The mums and the genuine alcoholics who are getting screwed.
yeah, exactly. So I don't know why the government is against the mums, but there's probably a reason.
It's because there's nothing worse than a drunk mum.
Do you reckon that's it?
Going out and seeing a group of mums
sick and tired,
so
like of their wives getting drunk. Like they're just sick and tired of it. They like their wives are just drinking too much wine in the evenings.
Yeah, God, I've just got to cut this bitch down. She's got a problem.
I really love the idea of government sorting their personal problems out through public policies.
It's so funny, isn't it?
It's so absurd, but I can see it happening. You know what I mean?
I guarantee it does happen. I'd do it. Sort your own personal shit out.
It's kind of immoral.
A little bit, but you're in power, you might as well.
While you're there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
sort some personal admin out. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, mate, the government in America makes me laugh, I gotta say. Like, I watch a lot of Russell Brand. I know I've spoken about his channel like before, but his channel like is growing exponentially at the moment because he's doing this incredible work. Like, when it comes to content creation, he is doing like incredible work.
Is he? I haven't watched much.
I mean that in the most like moral sense, most like consistent sense.
Yeah.
Like it's funny, it's meaningful. Like the every base is covered. It's good work. Because I know like content creators get a bit of a bad rep because it's like, oh, it's not really work. This is hard work, and he's doing it for everyone, and it's incredible.
You know what? Creating content is actually so much harder than I thought it'd be.
It's incredibly difficult because it's like incredibly creative process. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, like we just record, like everyone who watches content creation, oh, they just record a joke they thought of. It's like, no, you have to execute it. You have to get all the equipment in the right place and understand how to interact with that equipment.
Yeah, then you got to fucking...
It's a whole process.
You got to edit it, you got to upload it, it just takes so much time as well as fucking ideas. And you can have one good idea and then execute it perfectly and everything. And then as soon as that's uploaded, then you're back to square one. And it's just a blank slate.
And no one sees it. Exactly. No one sees it. And you got to keep on doing that again and again and again. Mm-hmm. It's difficult.
And if people do see this fucking video that you've made or whatever, and it goes viral, then you're just back to square one. And you're like, right, that hasn't helped me in any way other than I've got more eyes on me to do good shit. Which is...
the pressure's still on.
Scary. And we're probably doing the easiest form of content creating right now. It's a podcast.
Yeah, definitely. It's just having a conversation, talking about local news. Like,
it's why all content creators eventually make a podcast, because they're like, at least if I run out of ideas, I've still got this to like earn me money.
Those facts. Joe Rogan has paved the way, man. He really has. So I've been watching a lot of Russell Brand. He's doing like small YouTube videos where he kind of gives a bit of like news that's come out recently, but isn't really in the mainstream news because they want to control the information.
Yeah.
So he'll do like a bit of the underground stuff that they're not covering intentionally, and then talk about it, explain his thoughts, and then ask what other people's thoughts are.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one bit, and he brought up the you heard it's the Let's Go Brandon. So there were crowds at different sporting events in America, all chanting, "Fuck Joe Biden," right?
Good.
But the way CNBC reported it was that they were saying, "Let's go Brandon." All these chants were saying, "Let's go Brandon."
Because they misheard, or they just...
No, because they're sponsored by the Democrats.
I thought that was like one of those, like, you can't really make out what the crowd's chanting. So, like the guy that we went to school with, someone who thought that the chant at festivals where they go, "Ooh, hey, ooh, hey," they thought that was a song that the artist on stage was performing. And they were like, "God, this song goes on a long time." Then they go to a different one and they're like, "Hang on, all these people doing the cover of the same song."
Oh my God, there's a guy we used to go to school with, right? And you were in my form, and he would sing "Living on a Prayer," but living on a prayer, right?
Yeah.
But he thought it was living on some bread.
Yep. What a fucking dick.
Oh my God, living on some. Imagine like one of the classic rock songs called "Living on Some Bread."
Living on some bread. Oh, Jesus.
Or you in prison, like. But yeah, they reported this whole thing as "Let's go Brandon," which like just to like get the Republican viewers to think that that's what they're saying, so that Joe Biden looks like his approval ratings are a lot better than they are, which they're pretty down at the moment.
Are they?
Yeah, he's not as popular as when he first went into office.
But like, it's very smart just to change like the title of a fucking article. That's like a good way to get people to click. That's what we
What do you mean?
with our videos. It's just it's clickbait. You just sort of lie a little bit.
Yeah, like, we're kind of like what we're doing is different, right? We're not like them, all right.
Nothing like Joe Biden, I promise.
Theirs are just outright lies. Otherwise, ours is just like enticement.
Yeah, there's little fibs.
They're lies. They're lies. Let's be honest.
Yep.
But yeah, so everyone watching that thinks, "Oh no, then it just creates more arguments because you get like the left going, "Oh no, they're saying let's go Brandon." You get the right going, "Well, no, you're saying fuck you, Brandon." But it's messed up how they're just like gonna lie, so easily.
There's already so much arguments going on. Why do you need to start more? Just chill, bro.
It's
Just
almost as
chill.
if that's the goal. You know what I mean? Like
weird,
it's like with
isn't
Twitter, like Twitter, like absolutely feeds off. Like, because I once was trying to build a Twitter account, and like try build it up, and some people would like you have to learn how to do that. It's not as easy as it sounds. You have to like a consistent work and whatnot, and saying like helpful stuff. So I was doing that, and then you get some guys who would try build their Twitter accounts just by being controversial. So like, and it works. It works. Yeah. It's been a whole career just off like, I don't think they believe half the stuff they say.
No, I'd agree. Yeah, it's but Twitter's such a toxic place. I fucking hate it.
Depends where you are. It depends where you are. It depends on what community you're in my opinion.
Like, such simple things like the Xbox Twitter account. They tweet some actual genuinely really nice, like wholesome sort of things because I think they're trying to end the console wars between PlayStation and Xbox.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they tweet some really wholesome shit. Like, and every post that or every tweet that they send, there's 50 comments underneath it like PlayStation's better, and it's like, why? It hasn't mentioned PlayStation. Fuck off. It's just people want to argue.
Football Twitter all the time you get on football Twitter. It's just like, "Oh, Messi's really good," and it's just like someone comment, "Oh, Ronaldo's better." That's like, bro, come on, like,
it's like, didn't ask. Don't care.
Interesting thing I saw today was McDonald's. I know I speak about NFTs a lot, but I don't care. So McDonald's released their own NFTs today. Like, well, fucking McDonald's released their own NFTs today.
What of?
The McRIB sandwich, which is just being released in America.
Nice. That's just rubbing it in even more, isn't it? I saw them
Sounds
tweet
good,
the other
doesn't it?
day. Someone said, "Is this ever coming to the UK again?" And they were like, "No plans, no." And they went,
Did you have
they went, "Oh, but stay tuned because we've got an announcement tomorrow." And everyone got really excited, and it was just the fucking double Big Mac again. That was only out 6 months ago.
Jesus Christ, yeah. They must have made a lot of money the first time round.
Yeah, probably.
Have you had the McRib?
I haven't actually, but I want it because everyone talks.
It looks
about how nice
delicious. It looks
I
delicious.
don't even know what it looks like. Let me look it up.
It's kind of like, it's one of those longer ones. You know? It's more like a hot dog bun.
Fucking hell. Like the Chicken Legend. That's got a long bun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that looks good. Holy shit.
Doesn't it? It's like dressing with like rib sauce and whatnot. It's, God.
Although I've just seen what the meat looks like when it's not covered in sauce and it looks a bit weird.
It's like the Subway meat where it's all just in a big, like, it's all in a big box just looking a bit suspect.
Yeah, you want to look that up because that's I don't even know how to describe what that looks like. It looks like tire tracks. It's fucking weird. Well, there we are.
McDonald's McRib meat.
McRib before it's cooked looks fucking awful.
Because they don't have the bone in there, I presume. Because
No.
like, you're not going to eat a burger with a bone in it because that'd be just retarded. Yeah, mate. That is weird. It kind of looks like a sausage, to be honest.
It looks like 4 sausages that have been stood on and like sort of joined together. But the cooked, it looks unreal.
Yeah, facts. Although they never look that good in real life.
That's very true.
I mean, like the photographs don't do them justice at all. That's for sure. Well, they do them too much justice.
Although the Subway meatball sub,
Yeah.
anyone listening to this is just going to fancy some fast food now. I guarantee Alex has just come to get some fucking McDonald's. The Subway meatball sub always looks good and always tastes unreal.
Yeah.
That is a standard.
Did you hear about the tuna in Subway? I think I spoke about this before. Where the tuna, they took the fucking Subway tuna to a lab. They had it examined, right? Guess how much tuna was in the tuna?
What,
Guess
like
how much tuna
percent-wise?
was in the tuna? Yeah, percentage of the kind of like tuna kind of mayonnaise mix they have. Guess how much of that was tuna?
We could sort of hope 80% and then like 20% would be mayo.
Mate, 0 was detected. 0 tuna. There's no tuna in it. Didn't have any tuna in the tuna.
What's in it?
Don't know, brother.
0 tuna.
It was a whole Washington Post thing about it. They took it to a fucking lab and there's no tuna in the tuna.
Fuck, it's like horse meat again.
God.
Although tuna's so difficult to like disguise. The horse meat scandal was quite like understandable. Like they can just slip in a different meat there. Tuna
Yeah, you put
smells
beef into
very
that.
specific.
It's like, what the hell are you putting in it?
That's fucking weird. I want to know.
That's nuts, isn't it? Yeah, because I know tuna's quite expensive. So like, I can see why they've done it. It's like one of the most. It's probably the most expensive ingredient they have. Tuna. So like, that's clearly the incentive not to use tuna.
So what have they done? Just like shredded up chicken and put fish oil on it? Probably.
That's actually Thanks. Just chucked a few flavourings that are done.
Yeah. Oh, fucking
We
hell.
caught these chickens in the Atlantic Ocean. Don't worry.
Did you see Steve-O's recent Instagram post?
No, I can't say I have.
Steve-O, Jackass star. So I listened to his podcast probably almost a year ago, around Christmas possibly, and he was asking people to donate their pubes, right, to him, to send their pubes
Like
to him.
for his head?
You'll find out. So,
Okay.
and I was like, what a weird thing. And he was like, oh, it's for a project that I'm doing, or like for a stunt that I'm doing. And I was like, right, this is a bit weird, but there we are.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't know. But I really wanted to find out what the stunt was. And it nothing came up for the last however long it's been, like 8 months or whatever.
Right.
And I was like, maybe he just didn't get any pubes in because it's a bit of a weird request.
Yeah.
Turns out it was for Halloween. Man stuck all of these pubes to his body and went as Bigfoot. His Instagram post is him naked, covered in other men's pubes.
Oh my god.
And he just went, thanks to everyone who donated their pubes for my costume.
Mate, I took the piss out of you for liking Friends, but that's different. You know what I mean? That's real mental illness, that one.
That is unreal. He stuck other men's pubes.
Oh my god, like, did he have to wash them first? Did he blow dry them after?
Well, you'd fucking hope so, wouldn't you?
How do you wash pubes though? Like, you can't just chuck them in a washing machine, you just lose them all.
Exactly. I don't know. And you have to blow dry it afterwards. And
oh my god.
The logistics are just...
I bet he was so curly.
It was.
Straighten them all.
Here you go. I'll show you a little picture. Can you see this?
Yeah. Oh, that's horrific. That is
awful.
I think the real Bigfoot would be scared of that.
Thanks so much to about 100 dudes who donated their pubes to my epic Halloween costume. Sasquatch
That was only 100.
Woohoo. Yes, 100 dudes. That's not that much.
That's not that many dudes. It's actually quite like a...
How hairy are these dudes?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
It's all over his face. Steve-O, man.
Oh, man. Jesus.
It's now on his story of him gluing it all to himself. Oh.
Is he still sober?
Yeah. Surprisingly, it's that he did that. That was a sober move. Wild.
Yeah, everyone must have thought he was fucking back on it after that.
Mm-hmm. Of all the Halloween costumes, that was the weirdest one that I've seen this year.
Yeah.
Have you seen any weird ones?
You went as Woody, didn't you?
I went as Woody from Toy Story, and it was fucking great. I bought some cowboy boots and everything. I went all out.
Yeah, you look delightful.
Thanks.
I was to say, that's what you look. You look delightful, brother.
I'll take that. Did you dress up?
No. We just went out to a few bars.
Yeah.
Although I was thinking, like, right. So my celebrity lookalike, right?
It's Cody Ko.
It's actually not Cody. Like, there's one person I look even more like than Cody Ko.
Really?
Yeah, Steve Harvey Oswald.
Let me look it up. I don't know who that is. Steve?
That's the guy that killed JFK. Right? It was actually my brother's friend that saw it was in a lesson with him.
Wait, hang on.
Not with Steve, but
are we sure that's
Steve Harvey? It should be in a black and white photo.
It's not Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is the black guy with the moustache who does the American Family.
No. Okay, shit.
It's Lee Harvey Oswald.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
I was like, hang on.
Just like Steve Harvey. That's my fucking.
When you said it, I was like, are you sure? I'm not seeing a resemblance.
You imagine I dressed up as him for Halloween? Fuck, you know.
Oh, you'd get rinsed.
That would have been game over. Jesus
oh
Christ.
My God, yeah.
That'd be 2 apology weeks in a row. Jesus.
This is weird, though. You look exactly like Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah, I look like
What the fuck?
Right, so I was trying to think of like how would I dress up as him, but I don't think anyone would recognize him. That was the problem.
That's so weird.
Oh my God.
Just walk around with a gun. JFK's head.
Yeah. But no one knows what he looks like. I just look insane. Oh, God.
That's unreal. That's fucking scary, actually.
It's weird, isn't it? It's really weird. My brother came home from school. He's like, "Bro, you look like Lee Harvey Oswald." I was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, Hi, how was your day? Jesus.
Oh, we learned about JFK today, and you look exactly like his killer.
Or his supposed killer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that magic bullet theory.
Cubans, mate. Yeah.
Fucking
Jesus
hell.
Christ.
I don't know who I look like. I definitely don't think I look like Lee Harvey Oswald.
No. Is there like one celebrity you've been mistaken for? I know it used to be Harry Styles when you had the long hair, but like
it did, yeah. When I had long hair as well, it was Steve from Stranger Things. I got that quite a lot.
Oh yeah, I can see that. And Milton Jones.
What was that?
Milton Jones as well. You look so much like it.
I do. I hate it so much. Oh. I look so much like him. Oh, it's just disgusting.
So funny because it's so accurate.
It's so accurate. I hate that. I got Lewis Capaldi once. That fucking hurt my soul.
Oh my god.
That one hurt.
I don't think even Lewis Capaldi wants to look like Lewis Capaldi. You know what I mean?
Oh my god. Milton Jones. That's awful. It's because I got such messy hair all the time as well. That doesn't help.
Yeah.
His is a bit stupid though. He looks like he's been electrocuted.
I think that's it. That's his gig, though. You know, I think he's actually quite a smart man.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'll just go with Steve from Stranger Things, and we'll call it.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. Tommy Fury is going to fight Jake Paul.
He is. I get told I look like Tommy Fury quite a lot as well.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah. No. Same. I get told I look like God sometimes. No one knows what he even looks like. It's weird. It's like, bro, how do you know?
He looks like Logan Paul. No, yeah, he's fighting fucking Jake Paul. Finally. After, didn't like last week he said that he was never going to fight him because he wants to fight real fighters or something.
It wasn't that long ago he said that at all. But I think he started to think about the money.
Smart. Because there's going to be a lot.
If he gets beaten now, like his reputation is just going to be tarnished forever. Like I don't think he takes his boxing career seriously.
Who, Jake or Tommy?
It would be my Tommy. I think Jake takes his boxing career more seriously than Tommy takes his.
I feel like because Tommy's up against his brother all the time, like you just can't, you're not going to be the best.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Like how would he be motivated every day to, like, he's a good looking Love Island star. Like he's an influencer now. Like what motivation does he have to be a good boxer when his brother was arguably the best boxer that's ever existed?
Exactly. And like, since he's got this content creators fucking, well, not influencer, lifestyle, you don't want to fuck up your face. That's like your money maker.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's your money maker. Jake Paul is gone past the point of being an influencer now, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Mate, he's got enough money. I don't think he's doing it for the money. You know what I mean?
No.
Mate, my respect for Jake Paul has actually grown so much since he started his boxing career, I've got to say.
That's it.
Yeah, because like he's called these guys out and like beaten them. Like, granted they're MMA stars, but like this guy was a YouTuber, like just purely like, you know, it's not as if he's a professional boxer.
But
he is now, but like
he's the younger brother trying to fucking follow in his brother's footsteps, just like Tommy is. But Tommy's, I've got to respect Tommy for just not even bothering trying, really, and just sort of being like,
it's kind of pathetic though, isn't it? It's kind of like a bit of a bitch move, like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand why, but like, you know what I mean? Like, Jake has not got the same personality as Logan. Like, he's not as likable, and he's somehow become arguably more successful.
Yeah. I don't know. He's just like Scrappy Doo. He's just, I fucking can't stand him.
He's Scrappy Doo that's fighting literal MMA fighters. He fought Nate Robinson, who's like an active MMA fighter.
Yeah, in a boxing match.
Yeah, but this guy was a fighter for his whole life. Fighting a YouTuber who has been training, but like if he beats Tommy as well, like that's Tommy's fucking career. That is his career. So like, there's no excuses to losing Jake Paul because Tommy's been doing this since he was little.
I really want Jake Paul to win, to be honest with you. I really want Jake to win. Because I think it'd be so funny.
Because everyone would be so butthurt. Like
everyone's like, "Come on, Tommy, just knock him out and just knock him back down." And I think he'll win.
I'd love the show to go on. Like I want to see him just slowly take on better and better boxers, just to show these like frauds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to show that they're all just chat. Like,
I love how confident boxers are, and like fighters in general. They are so cocky and confident until they get knocked on their ass, and then they look like little boys again. It's like they just get knocked back to 5 years old, and they're like,
yeah,
bit off more than I can chew it.
You saw that with Deontay Wilder. It's interesting, the fight that the Tyson Wilder fight, because in the kind of press conference beforehand, Tyson was obviously giving it large because that's what he does. But like Wilder looked so much more calm. He looked like he wasn't stressed. Otherwise, Tyson Fury looked a bit like anxious. He was like trying to get his quips out and like it like the whole thing seemed like Wilder had complete control. We got the final of the trilogy, and Wilder looks calm as anything. The fight starts, and he gets beaten the absolute shit out of.
It's
mad.
nuts. Well, it's just like one of them's good at fighting, and one of them's good at talking about fighting.
That's the difference between a commentator and a fucking boxer.
Exactly. Tyson Fury does not look like a fighter at all. It's so weird. His fucking physique is just not what you expect a boxers to be.
Not at all, man. He's got that big old belly. He's got these skinny little legs.
His arms don't even look that big, to be honest. Like, he doesn't look like he can throw a punch very hard, but he can.
all of his weight is in his stomach.
Yeah,
like, that's where. Like, how is he moving so fast?
Exactly, it's weird, isn't it? He should have very slow stats, slow speed stats.
You would think, but like when he dodges, right? I've seen like compilations of him dodging, like these dodging professional boxers. These aren't like amateurs. And like like he's so swift with it. He'll dodge like 4 or 5 punches just like from moving his head left and right. It's like for such a he's 6'9" or 6'10".
Fuck off, is he?
Yeah, he's enormous. He's enormous, man.
If you look at him and his brother, Tommy looks like the boxer of the two, and like
yeah.
Tommy's
a beautiful man.
Yeah. And Tyson just sort of looks like the washed up alcoholic older brother.
Yeah. But it's actually the other way around. It's crazy.
It's weird, isn't it? It's well weird. I want to. Is there any pictures of this man in his prime? See if he looked any different. Did he look any different in his prime?
Yeah, he had hair. It completely changes him. It's strange. He looks more like a gypsy with hair.
Does he?
Yeah.
Apparently, Mike Tyson reckons that he would have beaten Tyson Fury.
Really? You say that?
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Weird.
Mike Tyson was 5'11".
Was he?
Yeah.
Well,
tiny.
Nothing wrong with that.
Sorry?
Nothing wrong with that.
I wouldn't like to be 5'11", that's for sure.
Oh god, he does look weird with hair. Fucking hell.
Does he? He just looks exactly like a gypsy.
Yeah, true.
You're a stereotypical gypsy kind of look.
Very true. Well,
but Mike Tyson was tiny, but he'd beat the crap out of guys like that were like 6'10" and whatnot. Obviously because he's Mike Tyson, but like I don't think he'd beat Tyson Fury.
I feel like no one can. Man's fucking terrifying. I wouldn't want to fight him. No, that.
God no. He's such a sweetheart as well. Like how can you be the most dangerous man alive and be like adorable?
It's like pit bulls.
Yeah, staffies. Yeah,
they get a bad rap, but they're actually really nice.
That's facts.
Fucking hell. Well, I'm excited for this 18th of December, that fight.
18th of December.
And I really hope Jake will win.
Yeah, it would be so good. It would be so good to watch him win.
I think he could.
He's such an anti-hero, mate. He's such an anti-hero. No, he's just a villain.
Absolutely. He is the villain.
And then Tommy's trying to play the good guy, but like Tommy's just so boring.
He does have a fit girlfriend though, so he's the real winner.
Yeah. Jake Paul can't get a fit girlfriend. That's for sure.
Absolutely not.
No, absolutely. He just can't. Money doesn't buy everything, you know.
No, money doesn't buy a good personality, Jake. Although the fittest of the fit, I don't think they really care. Anyway.
Should we call it a day, sir?
Yeah, beatbox for me on the way out.
No. Thank you everyone for listening. It's been a real pleasure. To anyone who has actually made it through this whole episode, thank you for listening. We do appreciate it. It's good fun making these things, and it's nice to know that people like hearing it. So
good vibes. Share it to everyone, and goodbye. Get lost.
Cheers.
Get lost on air.
Welcome to Get Lost.
Get lost on air.